decided to do them twice. I announced they were coming to doing content to the channel on the same day because that was what it was announced in real life. They were kind of announced together, so I thought, well, let's do the updates together. And I decided to do audio only today because it's regarding both. And it's kind of hard to get both in a live stream. And I thought I want to do a live so you can comment and chat with me on the schedule and get some feedback as far as what matchups you're gonna be looking forward to, what matchups you'd like to see moving forward, not just in college football 27, but in college football 28 and beyond, as well as Madden 27 and beyond. So let's get into it. We have some key college matchups. We'll go with college first, since college kicks off week 0 next week. Next weekend is week 0 for the college football season, so we'll have some week 0 matchups in Dynasty Mode. I will restart Dynasty Mode. I know I did some of these matchups already. We will do the rest of them again when next week when the thing goes. We have some more exhibition games. We have one more Oklahoma State exhibition game to get to before the regular season starts. We will still have Oklahoma State exhibition games during the regular season and after the season is over, but before the end of college football. We'll talk about the relocated football league as well for Madden, as well as some team builder stuff for college football. Let's talk about neutral site games. We're going to go into neutral site games for both college and Madden. Some of them I'm going to create on my own, and some of them I am going to as my computer is freezing, I was trying to pull up the neutral site schedule. There we go. I've already done TCU in North Carolina from Dublin, but I will do another one of those. Thank you to the 23 people watching this. I made sure I put audio only in there to make sure that it was no video content with this. We will do Alabama A&M Howard because of team builder. How we're going to do it in Georgia, probably it's going to be from Atlanta Falcons Stadium instead of the Center Park Stadium because that game is not in there unless I create a either Alabama A&M or Howard and make the stadium call it Center Park Stadium specifically for that matchup for people, not just me, but for people to use. The other one is another FCS one because of team builder. We can do these FCS matchup neutral sites. It'll be Morehouse State and University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, or UAPB. That's going to be from Little Rock. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I'm probably going to do that one from somewhere else outside of Little Rock. It says it's in Little Rock, Arkansas. If anybody has any ideas of how to do that one, let me know in the chat section. Other one, it's in Alabama, so we can do this in Birmingham. I'll probably do this in Birmingham instead of Huntsville. And that'll be North Alabama and Samford. Then we got another one that's actually going to be in Birmingham, Southern and Alabama State. So we'll have actually two from Birmingham. And this one I can do easy it's an FPS versus FPS matchup. It'll be actually in the game, so I don't have to tweak anything there. Uh, it'll come from uh, Dynasty mode, and that will be Baylor and Auburn from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, and then we have the one from Nashville, Ole Miss and Louisville, which I think in the college football 27 game is their week one game of the week. Then we're back to a FCS matchup. It's Florida A&M and South Carolina State University from Hard Rock Stadium. Miami. We can do that one easy. Um, we'll have, of course, Wisconsin Notre Dame from Lambeau Field in Green Bay. That has been put into the game now with the latest update. There will be another college football update coming. We'll talk about that in a minute. Um, then we have uh, Lincoln, which is a school in Pennsylvania, versus Missouri Valley State University. That's from Soldier Field in Chicago. Soldier Field, I don't think is in the game, not even as a bowl site. So we will put it at we'll put it close enough to Chicago as we can. I think Northwestern's stadium, if we could do that, we would do that. But I feel like if I'm looking at the bowl, see, this is one of the things I wish college football and EA would fix. Be able to change your side of the bowl games. You were able to do that in say 14. I don't see why you can't do that now. You can change and put two different teams in a non Super Bowl, non international side in Madden. You can put New England and San Francisco to give you an example. In Chicago, but you can't do that anymore in college. I don't see why you can't. The category is there, it's just grayed out. I don't know why they took that option out. Then we have UAPB and Alcorn State from Memphis. We can do that one because that's the Liberty Bowl Stadium. Then we have West Virginia, Virginia from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. We can do that one without any problems. I don't know about Wembley Stadium in London. I know that's in Madden. And Arizona State and Kansas is going to be playing there. I don't know if that's going to eventually get added in the next update, like they added um, Lambeau Field. I don't know if in this one that they're going to add Wembley Stadium. That's not until September 19th, so they got plenty of time to add that in. I'm hoping that gets added in. Another one I think they should do is Miami versus Cincinnati. It's definitely going to be in Cincinnati. I just don't think they're going to have it at TQL uh, Stadium in Cincinnati. I think there's going to be probably from Cincinnati Bearcats Stadium. This one I don't know how I'm going to do unless I create one of these two teams and put it in or download it. If I download either, or if I create Brown or Harvard and make this a location for them for this matchup, just as a home matchup for Brown, and put it at Centralville Bank Stadium in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. I don't know how I'm gonna do that one, but I will. The Cotton Bowl one between It's the State Fair class between Grambling and Prairie View A&M. I can make that one work since you got Dallas, Texas. The Convol, you can choose it for the Red River Rivalry, but for other games outside the Red River Rivalry, the closest I think I can get is SMU's stadium in Dallas. So I'll probably put it there instead of the Cotton Bowl. But yes, or I'll put it at the actual new Cotton Bowl site, which is Arlington. I may do that instead. I just don't know. Haven't decided that. Um, then Alabama A&M and Jackson State. That's gonna be from Mobile, Alabama. I think there's a Mobile. I'm not sure. I have to get in college football and check. Then of course you got the Red River River. That's definitely not a problem. It's by default set there every single time you play OU Texas. Whether no matter if you have Texas as the home team or OU as the home team, that's not gonna be a problem. Southern and Texas, Southern from Reliance Day, and that's one of the bowl sites. That's the Texas Bowl. So we'll just use that. Just have to ignore the logo on the field unless we create a team from Team Builder for those. Since those are Team Builder teams, we might create our own version of those teams. I haven't created an actual team yet. I've created the fictional team, but I don't see why I couldn't recreate those. Either one of those teams and use it as a matchup. So I wouldn't necessarily have to do that since it's didn't have a particular name with it, so that I don't know what's going to be on the field or in the end zone. So haven't then of course you got Florida Georgia for Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That should be in there by default. And don't worry about that. That's on Halloween. That should be a good Halloween matchup. We'll talk about Georgia because they're getting a new uniform possibly in this next update. Definitely in College Football 27 for sure. Actually, it would be because they announced it just as the last update was releasing, so it wasn't able to be put into the last update, so it should be in this update. And that's their all white. So, which means you can even use their white outside of the all white as well. So, that's good to know. And then we have Alabama State and Alabama State and Alabama A&M. That was from Birmingham as well. That one will be easy because there's a Birmingham Bowl. This next one, Norfolk State and or Delaware State and Norfolk State from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. If I create Norfolk State or Delaware State, then that again that's another Halloween one. The ones on Halloween their neutral side are Florida, Georgia, Alabama State, Alabama A&M, Delaware State, and Norfolk State. And no, I did not discuss it as Norfolk State. Well, it sounds like you are, but you're not. And then you got Notre Dame Navy. I don't know if that one's gonna be put into there since it's two FBS teams and default teams in the state, I don't know. Adams from Gillette's team, Foxborough, Massachusetts, New England Patriots. That's next one, Eastern Michigan and Western Michigan. Or sorry, Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan. That one's going to be from Ford Field in Detroit. Uh, I think there's a bowl game in Detroit. Not sure. I'll talk about that one in just a minute. Well, I'm gonna put college football 27 in there, and I'm gonna double check. Let me do that. Got my desk. Right there. Okay. Let me wipe it off. Next one after that is Florida A&M and Bethune-Cookman at the Camping World Stadium in Orlando. We can do that one because that's a bowl game site. And Harvard Yale from Fenway Park in Boston. Since Fenway Park is not there, but the Fenway Bowl is, we are just going to use the Fenway Bowl, and you can use your imagination with the rest of it. Grambling and Southern from the Superdome. That one is easy because that's where the New Orleans Bowl and Sugar Bowl are, so that can be easily put in. Army from MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. I'm pretty sure if you select Army Navy, by default it should do. That's another one I want to check. I'm pulling up college football to make sure of all these. And that's it for 2026 neutral site. Now let's just go in and we'll do the week 1 games. These are not just neutral site games. Some I'm going to mention here. The ones that I mentioned here are not the neutral site ones, since I just mentioned the neutral site games. I'm not going to bring them up again. Not every week 0 matchup I'm going to be doing. The ones from Thursday that I was doing there, I'm going to release the full. I'm going to tell you which games are week 0 and which aren't. We have for the entire week 0 Thursday matchup. Hold on a second. Is Maine at Townsend? That's at Townsend. Mercyhurst and Youngstown State. Richmond, Lynchburg and Hampton. Stony Brook and Delaware State. Old Dominion and Moorhead State. Lafayette and Georgetown. UAV Wise and Presbyterian. Northwestern, which is in Iowa. And Western Illinois. HCU and Southeastern Louisiana. Then you have Eastern Illinois and Murray State, Wyandotte State and St. Thomas, Missouri Valley State University and Nichols, Southern Illinois and West Florida, Glenville State and Elon, Gardner Webb and Austin Peay, Concord and Davidson, Chattanooga at West Georgia, Charleston Southern at Linwood, Anderson at Furman, Central Arkansas at UT Martin, South Dakota Mines at Drake, Louisiana Christian at Northwestern State, LIU and North Dakota. That's just Thursday, and all of those are FCS matchups we can do through Team Builder. Now Friday is Colgate at Fordham, Marist at New Haven, William and Mary at Villanova, New Hampshire at Albany, Rhode Island at Merrimack, Weber State Weaver State in northern Colorado, Idaho, and Cal Poly. And then we got the Saturday matchups. You're gonna get some of the FBS matchups. You have Fairmont State and Dayton. Once again, North Carolina and TCU. Then you have Robert Morris and Wagner. Then you have Georgetown, Kentucky, and Butler, Roosevelt, and Chicago State. CCSU, that's Central Connecticut State University, and South Dakota. Lawrence Tech and Valparaiso. Southern and South Alabama, that's the one in Birmingham again. USC Davis at Portland State. San Jose State and USC. NC State at Virginia. Lehigh and Holy Cross. Eastern Washington, Northern Arizona. Jacksonville State and North Dakota State. North Dakota State's first matchup as an FBS school. Then Campbell at Eastern Tennessee State University, Bryan Hill and Stonehill. Winston-Salem at Norfolk State. Southern Missouri at Indiana State. Bucknell at Richmond. VMI and Idaho State. The Citadel and Woolford. Savannah State and South Carolina State or SC State. Morgan State and North Carolina A&T, Sacramento State, Eastern Michigan. That's Sacramento State's first FBS matchup. Then we have St. Francis and Illinois State, Stephen F. Austin and UAPB, Clark Atlanta at Grambling State, Alabama State and Florida A&M, Oberlin Christian and Lamar, Stetson and North Dakota State, Oklahoma Panhandle State and UIW, New Mexico State at Florida State. Then you have NC Central and Texas Southern, Monmouth at Tennessee Tech, Miles College at Alcorn State. Then you have Hawaii Stanford, Eastern Kentucky, and West Carolina, East Texas A&M and Mercer, Alabama State and Howard again. That's in Atlanta. Then we have UT Permian Basin at UT Rio Grande Valley. Jackson State and Tennessee State, Prairie Union at Tarleton State, and Southern at Montana, Memphis at UNLV, and Montana State at Utah Tech. That's just week 0. The ones that we are going to be going over and doing from Thursday, we will do one FCS game Thursday, just one game Thursday, and that will be UT Martin and Central Arkansas. Then from Friday, we are going to be doing Idaho and Cal Poly. From Saturday, we will have multiple ones next Saturday. We will do again TCU and North Carolina. We'll do that one more time. We'll do Southern and South Alabama. We're going to do Jacksonville State and North Dakota State. We're going to do Sacramento State, Eastern Michigan. We are going to do Alabama, A&M, and Howard. And Memphis and UNLV. So we'll do, oh, and Hawaii and Stanford. I forgot about them. If there's any one side, oh, New Mexico State and Florida State. That's not right. I forgot about them. If there's any other FBS ones I missed, those will get done as well. I just may have forgotten to mention I was going through it pretty fast. For week one, I'm not going to go over every matchup in week one. You can just look at the week one schedule on fbsschedules.com/college football TV schedules / or go to ESPN or CBS Sports or Fox Sports or your favorite team's site to see if they're playing a week 0 or week 1 matchup. So here's the ones we're going to be doing for week 1. We got UMass and Rutgers, Akron and Wake Forest. We're going to do Colorado and Georgia Tech. We've done that one already, but we'll do it again. We'll do San Jose State, Eastern Michigan. We'll do Toledo, Michigan State, UTEP, Oklahoma, Fresno State, USC, and Miami and Stanford. We also will be doing Ohio and Nebraska, Coastal Carolina and West Virginia, East Carolina, Alabama, North Texas, Indiana, Oregon State, Houston, Liberty and James Madison, Miami of Ohio and Pitt, Ball State and Ohio State, Kent State, South Carolina, Boston College, Cincinnati, Tulane, Duke, Texas State, Texas, Marshall, Penn State, Boise State, Oregon, Baylor, Auburn, Oklahoma State, Tulsa, Northern Illinois, Iowa. Who else are we going to do week 1? Week 1's going to start early so we can get all these games in. And then, who else? Sam Houston and Troy. Missouri State, Texas A&M. Just because of the similar uniforms. And then let's see here. Florida International and South Florida. Eastern, see here, nope, that's not it. Arkansas State, Memphis. Western Michigan, Michigan. Clemson, LSU. Florida Atlantic, Florida. UNLV, Hawaii, that's a rivalry matchup. We always do rivalry matchups regardless of how big or how small the rivalry matchup is. Cal and UCLA, Western Kentucky, and then Nevada. We also do Louisville, Ole Miss, that's the game of the week, and Wisconsin, Notre Dame. We'll also do Washington State, the Apple Cup. Of course, I said every rivalry matchup, regardless of how big or how small, and then SMU Florida State. We'll be in some Norfolk State matchups as well as another FCS ones I didn't mention. Let's go back to the neutral side for a minute, and I wanted to go with the ones I think I could do that aren't by default in the game. Dublin, generic Dublin Stadium, so we can do that. The next one, the one in Atlanta, Georgia, that one will be able to do because of the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Then the one in Arkansas, after going through all the bowl sides, that one is not being able to do, so we'll skip that one. As I said, I was determining whether I wanted to do it or not. We will skip that one. I'm sorry if I skipped that one in Arkansas. We just can't do it. The one in Huntsville, Alabama, though, I don't think there's a. If we do it, it'll probably be, I don't know where the Xbox Bowl is. Let me Google that. Let me Google the Xbox. Sorry for that squeaking in my chair. Where that is. Oh, that's in Frisco. So that one I don't think we could do it in Birmingham, but I decided probably not. The Southern and Alabama State, that's in Birmingham. That will be. I passed it. The Birmingham Bowl site. I passed it. I just. Where did it go? Oh, yeah. That'll be Legion's Field. Okay, and then Van Almer from. That will be by default probably in. Yeah, that'll be default in the games. We don't have to worry about that. That's from. Dynasty mode. Same for Louisville, Ole Miss. Wisconsin, Notre Dame. That will be from Dynasty mode. Same for West Virginia and Virginia. With all the FCS ones, we're gonna ignore the one from Kansas and Arizona State. I don't know on that one if it's gonna be by default in there. The other one, of the ones that the international was wanting to see was if it was in there was where if we could do first responders is from SMU. But we will be able to do it for Yogi Texas. There's no issue there. They'll be from Dynasty mode as well. The ones that are going to be doing from Dynasty mode are North Carolina TCU, Baylor Auburn, Louisville Ole Miss, Wisconsin Notre Dame, West Virginia Virginia, possibly Arizona State Kansas. I don't know about Miami of Ohio and Cincinnati. And then, of course, OU Texas, Florida Georgia, Notre Dame Navy, Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan. I don't know if that's going to be from Detroit. Let me see if that's the only be played outside of. I know it used to be a bowl side, but no, not anymore. That'll probably be by default in there since it's two teams. The only FCS one we will do now, after consideration, is Elon Harvard, since that's from Fenway. We can do that one easy. Or needed from MetLife Stadium for New Jersey. That should be in there to be by default. The one I'm questioning whether that's going to be in there are Miami, Ohio, and Cincinnati, and Arizona State, Kansas from Kansas and Arizona State from London, and Miami, Ohio, and Cincinnati from the Cincinnati Bengals Stadium. It'll be in Cincinnati, one or the other. But will that be from their stadium the or from the other stadium in Cincinnati? Who knows? Another one we do not know whether it's going to be in the game or not is the Eastern Michigan Central Michigan. I know it's going to be mentioned in the game. That's not the question. It's just the question of do they get it right for it being in there, and as well as Notre Dame and Navy. And of course, did they get the Army Navy one right? I'm pretty sure they did. Let me do something here. In Play Now, if you did Army Navy, it says NT Bank Stadium. I'm guessing in Baltimore, and where was it supposed to be? Not there, I don't think. East Rutherford, New Jersey. And that's for Play Now. But if you do a Dynasty mode, I'm not gonna. This is not the one I'm gonna keep. I just want to start one. Um, just so I can say whether it isn't or it is going to be in there for Dynasty mode. But in Play Now, it's from M&T Bank, which I think where it was last. I think that's where it was last year. Pretty sure that was where it was last year. I'm not 100% sure though. I will make sure though. So we'll let Navy. This is just so we can. We can go over their two neutral site games Navy has this year, Notre Dame and Army Navy, if it's in Dynasty mode. Um, there. So let's go into custom schedules. We have first up Notre Dame and Navy. Yes, in that one, it is going to be from Gillette Stadium, so that one you will be able to do in Dynasty mode if you want to play that one. That one will be there. The only matchup you're able to edit on when you open a fresh new Dynasty for Navy, the only one you're able to edit is the week 1 matchup. So I don't know, because Nerd, I mean, because the rest of them are conference matchups. Of course, you got Army, Navy, Air Force. Is not a conference matchup, but it's by default in there. And the rest are conference matchups. Florida Atlantic and the American. So is UAB. So is Tulsa. So is UTSA. So is North Texas. So is Temple, Memphis, Charlotte. And essentially Army too, but yeah. I don't know why it says Army for 14 and it says Army Navy week 15. I don't know why that is, why it says that. I have no clue. There's already in my lifestyle, yeah. So it's right in Dynasty mode for both. It's just wrong in there for the play now. So if you want to do the Army Navy game, do it in Dynasty mode and not in play now. And it'll be the right stadium. So I don't know why it says Army Navy week 14 and then it says Army Navy week 15. I don't. I don't know why. I don't know why it's. I don't know why it's. Why it says that in it, I have no idea. Alright, now let's get on to Madden. We have some good matchups. We're going to continue with the preseason weeks for Dallas and some other preseason matchups for Madden. We will continue to unlock achievements, trophies in Madden and college football. We will be doing a lot more games in Madden. We will have every matchup recorded, at least either live or taped, and then we will release the ones that we can. Some taped. I'll have a set schedule of which matchup I will do live and which ones I'll do taped, and we're closer to the schedule. Still haven't released yet, so we will do another video for just Madden. Other Madden matchups coming up are some international matchups from London, Brazil, all that. We will do a Madden NFL international tournament as well. So, we'll do all the iconic Madden matchups as well as like we did for college with rivalries and stuff like that. So we'll do that. Back to college. Rule 27, we are going to be unlocking mascots. We still got to unlock Florida, Nevada, Auburn, Boston College, Oregon State, Old Dominion, Western Kentucky, Arkansas, Kansas, Utah State, Navy, Army, UAB, Duke, Wisconsin, Baylor, Missouri State, Texas State, Mississippi State, Boise State, Western Michigan, Washington State, Georgia Tech, Colorado State, Virginia, Louisiana Tech, South Carolina, Colorado, Coastal Carolina, Ball State, Jacksonville State, BYU, Iowa State, Wake Forest, Tulsa, Minnesota, Bowling Green, Kent State, Georgia Southern, Washington, Nebraska, Iowa, Arkansas State, Temple, Texas, Virginia Tech, UCLA, UConn, Central Florida, UCF, Mississippi State, LSU, Marshall, Louisville, New Mexico, Vanderbilt, NC State, Penn State, Charlotte, UTEP, FAU, Syracuse, Cal, ECU, Southern Methodist, Wyoming, Georgia State, FIU, North Carolina, Purdue, Memphis, Pitt, USF, Toledo, UTSA, San Jose State, Bryce, Sam Houston, UMass, North Texas, Kansas State, Southern Miss, Houston, Arizona State, South Alabama, Tennessee, Rutgers, Liberty, Michigan State, Stanford, TCU, Troy, Miami, Ohio, Eastern Michigan, Utah, Maryland, Cincinnati, Air Force, West Virginia, Missouri, Fresno State, Kentucky, Clemson, Buffalo, Northern Illinois, Arizona, Kansas State, Akron, Delaware, Appalachian State, Northwestern, and that's it. if there's any mascots that they need to add in there, we will unlock once they get added in. Like like Troy's one, and I think St. Houston, there's some other new ones. I forget which ones are the new ones, but those are the two of the new ones I remember. So yeah, well, that'll do it for this update. I know it's been 50 minutes, so we'll leave it at that. Don't want to make it too long of a live stream. We'll have MLB The Show baseball for our Hans baseball this afternoon, and Hypermarket Simulator as well. So until then, hopefully you all have a good rest of your morning, and we'll see you this afternoon and talk to you this afternoon. I will do no commentary for Collins baseball, but commentary for the uh, the uh, the Hypermarket Simulator. So until then, keep on your turn.